As dusk bleeds across the sky, the forest contorts into a labyrinth of twisted trees, their skeletal branches clawing at a heavy, creeping fog. Silhouetted against the dying light, 3 small pigs huddled together, their whispered words swallowed by the oppressive silence. A distant howl slices through the air, followed by the sharp crack of a twig under a heavy footstep. Raw, primal fear grips them, a shared understanding passing between their terrified eyes. They must build. They must hide. They must survive the coming night. The first pig, his hands trembling uncontrollably, scrambles to erect a shelter from bundles of dry straw. He works with a desperate haste, the flimsy walls rising around him as a monument to his panic. For a fleeting moment, a nervous smile flickers across his face, a fragile attempt at reassurance that is instantly extinguished as the shadows deepen and the world is plunged into darkness. A pair of glowing red eyes materializes in the gloom, accompanied by a low, guttural growl that seems to vibrate through the very ground. With a monstrous huff, the wolf unleashes a torrent of air. The straw house doesn't just fall, it disintegrates in a violent, explosive gust. A high-pitched squeal of pure terror echoes through the trees as the pig flees into the suffocating darkness, running blindly towards his brother's sanctuary. Already on edge, the second pig has finished a house of sticks and planks, its construction marginally better, but still possessing an air of fragility. The first pig bursts inside, and they huddle together, their bodies shaking in unison as the menacing growls draw closer. The wolf's monstrous shadow falls over the house, a hulking silhouette against the pale moonlight. His voice, a chilling, serpentine whisper, slithers through the cracks, trying to coax them out into the open. He begins to huff, then puff, each breath more powerful than the last. The wooden frame groans under the strain, splintering audibly. Cracks spiderweb across the walls as wooden shards fly like shrapnel. With a final, terrifying crash, the house collapses inward. The 2 pigs, squealing as one, scramble from the wreckage just as the roof caves in, fleeing for their lives towards the final house. The third pig's brick house stands defiantly in a small clearing, a bastion of solid, unyielding strength. Inside, all 3 pigs press themselves into a far corner, their ragged breaths the only sound besides the furious snarls of the wolf just outside. The beast is relentless. It scratches and claws at the sturdy windows, leaving deep gouges in the wood. It howls a long, mournful sound of pure malice that promises a slow, painful end. For a moment, its snarling face appears in the fireplace flue, eyes burning with hate before it gives up on the chimney. The pigs watch, their faces a mask of terror laced with a desperate, flickering hope. The wolf's breathing becomes a heavy, chilling pant. Then its glowing eyes fix on a single loose brick near the foundation. Slowly, deliberately, it begins to claw, the scraping sound of its nails on mortar magnified in the terrifying silence. The relentless scraping continues until, with a final sickening grind, the wolf dislodges the brick. A small, dark gap now mars the perfect wall. A single glowing red eye, burning with a triumphant and malevolent glint, peers through the opening, locking onto the terrified pigs within. Their last shred of hope shatters. A trio of piercing screams cuts through the night, sharp and final. Then only darkness and the faint, echoing sound of a wolf's triumphant cackle.